The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Okay, wait a minute. Let me explain something to you. Today, I'm doing the show with my torso and my hands. My head is not involved, and I'll tell you why. Because I think sometimes it's silly to do a talk show and just sit here and talk, because I do radio professionally, and there you don't see me at all. But because this is TV, you have to look at something, and there has to be some movement. Now, if it was just my regular face and everything, and by the way, see, okay, there I am. If it was my regular face, you'd just see my mouth moving. That wouldn't be exciting at all. So on today's episode, and only today, you're going to see the show from the viewpoint of my torso and my hands. So I will use my hands more frequently, and therefore it will liven up the show. Now don't blame the cable people here, because they said, Ron, what are you, out of your freaking mind? No one does this stuff. I said, I know, I do this stuff. So rather than just boring sitting at me looking at you and talking, this will be a lot more exciting. So here we go. I just... If someone just tunes in all of a sudden and sees this, they'll think, don't those people know how to frame a shot? Well, they do. I'm trying this out. It's an experiment. I'll never do it again. Just wanted to do something different for a change. I even dressed up for it. I even wearing a tie, because I wanted you to see it's not that I'm lazy or I don't want to be seen. By the way, what does this remind you of? A profile picture on a Facebook page. It does look like that, right? How many Facebook things, profile pictures have you seen where they cut their heads off? And I don't know why. Now, let me also say, I actually do have a head. I know there are some people that don't, and it's a handicap, and I don't mean to make fun of you. Certainly that's not my intent. But I do own a head. But for today's show, it's just going to be my hands and this part of my body, which will not move much at all, but this will, my hands. Okay, let's get the show started. And by the way, when I do this, I don't know sign language. I don't know it at all. Okay, all right, fine. You know, with a lot of people getting smart TVs, what's going to happen to this cable stuff? I don't, because you can't watch that on a smart TV unless you have Comcast or Verizon. What's wrong with that? Don't get me, you got me started. Don't get me started with Comcast and Verizon. These are both basically monopolies. They are. They absolutely are. Comcast owns everything and now is starting to name things. They're starting to put their names on buildings and arenas like Trump does. It's disgusting. And Verizon is like they own all the cell towers. Excuse me? They own all of them? Is that a monopoly? Yeah, it is. Yeah, the other cell phone companies, I think even Xfinity, Comcast, I think they even lease the towers from Verizon. Look at my hand doing things. How are you, by the way? No, and you. And how are you? Okay, good. I'm getting a little upset with Comcast because what they do is they raise my price and then I get comfortable with the price for about like 3-4 months, and then they raise it again, and I call them up and say, like, why are you raising my price so much? Did I do something wrong? Is this punishment? And they don't answer me. They don't answer me because it's not a frequently asked question, so I don't get an answer. And if I want to speak to a representative at Comcast, I don't think they have any more employees in the United States. You know, you're complaining about immigration and all that stuff. Well, you know, like now you're talking to people, American company customer service, who work in other countries. What's going on? You're still losing your job if you think that's the case. I'm not being that, but I'm just saying that I speak English. Basically, this country speaks English. I love all cultures and I love accents and things like that. But when I have a problem and I need it corrected immediately, I'm in no mood to try to figure out what you're saying to me. I know they're still speaking English. They're trying to speak English, but they don't. They can't. And they're trying to. Customer service should not be a struggle to try to figure out what they're saying to you. Could you say that again? I didn't get that. What? Say that again. I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you just say. Say that again. I'm sick of saying that. Customer service, the idea of customer service is to help the people at their time of extreme need. That's good customer service. Now you're talking about companies like Comcast that apparently are hiring people that can't speak English well. I mean, that's fine, but not for that job. I'm glad you're not seeing my face because I'm getting very excited right now. I mean, upset, not excited, upset. These are sometimes two different things. And now I'm laughing, but you can't tell. I love this. I love you not being able to see me. I may not even be here. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. All right. I have an acquaintance that I hadn't spoken to in a long time. And for some reason I had to call this person, and I did, and I on the phone, on the cell phone, called him up and said, hey, Joe, how are you? And Joe said, oh my God, it's Ron Van Dam. I said, yeah, I know who I am. Oh my God, Ron, how have you been? I've been great, thank you very much. How have you been, Joe? Great. You know, I was just thinking about you. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Women say this more frequently than guys do. Guys don't say it all that much, but women say it all the time. Hey, Mary, I just had a question for you. Ron! Hey, Ron! Hey, Joe, it's Ron. Hey, Ron, how you been? You know, I was just thinking about you. Stop saying that. No, you weren't. You weren't thinking of it. It just is the biggest coincidence in the world that you were just thinking about me. And here I am calling shortly after. Whoa. I'm holding my head. Oh, how did that happen? What an incredible coincidence that I happened to call you and you were just thinking about me. How could that be? It's absolutely amazing. Somebody is clairvoyant or psychic or something. Don't say I was just thinking about you. It's stupid, because everybody knows that you weren't. It's the most obvious lie a person can tell for no reason whatsoever. Actually, there is a reason. It's not to make you feel good like you're always on their mind. It's not that. It's more that the person who says, hey, I was just thinking about you, is getting the guilt away from the fact that they didn't contact you. All right? Yeah. It's a guilt thing that they can't handle, so they have to say, I was just thinking about you. Because that takes them off the hook, because at least they were doing something nice. But they weren't. They're liars. They're lying to you. Let's not start off a conversation by lying to each other, because I don't like that. Nobody does. You weren't just thinking about... Nobody would do something like that. Why would you think about me? Oh, Ron, I was eating a piece of toast and... Wow, I just thought of you. Why? You eat toast, don't you? Yes, I do. There you go. There you go. That's why I was thinking about... I knew you ate toast, and I was eating the toast and chewing it, and saying, wonder how Ron is. Yeah, that's what happened. And then, before I could get to the phone to call you, and I really was going to do that, before I could get to the phone and call you, I did the dial thing. I should do the push button. Before I could get to the phone and call you, here it is, you calling me. And I was just thinking about you. All right, stop. That's the end of that. Don't do that. It's too obvious. It makes you look really stupid. Don't do it anymore if you do it. And it's a natural reaction. Don't do it. Just don't do it. The other phrase that I really adore, actually, is the phrase that goes like this. It's the thought that counts. Oh, is that an excuse? I'm sorry, I ordered you a present, it didn't show up, and it's late, but, hey, don't worry about it, it's the thought that counts. That's what I thought. That was what I was thinking. Can you do that with your kids at Christmas time, or Hanukkah time? Or any of those other ones that happen around the same time? Can you do that? I'm sorry, dear, I know you wanted that little toy. I know you wanted the toy with the wheels and everything, and the little toy. I know you wanted the little toy, but didn't get it for you. You know why? Because it's the thought that counts, and I was thinking of getting it for you, but I didn't. But it's the thought that counts. The toy doesn't count. You can't tell that to your kid. Don't use the phrase, it's the thought that counts, because you're letting people off the hook. It's not the thought that counts. It's getting the actual gift. You can think about me all you want, but you didn't call me, and you didn't get me a gift. It's the thought that counts, and I was just thinking about you. I am entertaining myself like you would not believe. Do you think that in your Comcast receiver box there's a camera, and that camera's watching everything that you do? Well, there is, and it's connected to this studio. Because you're watching this through a cable box, I know you are, whether it be Verizon or Xfinity, a word they made up, makes no sense, doesn't mean anything. But whether you're watching this through Xfinity, Comcast, or Verizon, there apparently is a tiny little diode, schmiode, that is a camera, and I can see exactly what you're doing. You don't believe me? Well, put some pants on. Hey, watch now. People are going, oh my God, how do you know? How did he know I was not wearing pants? Because you usually don't when you're watching TV. So, okay. And by the way, don't do that while you're watching. If someone saw you doing that, you'd be in big trouble. Don't do that. Don't. No, do not touch anywhere you want. It's a bad idea. Yeah, no. See, I can see you. I can see this. This is what they do. This is how they gather information. It's worse than Alexa. Alexa and I have an understanding. As a matter of fact, I have Alexa all over my house. I have pictures of her all over the place. She's in every room, basically. She plays music for me. She answers questions. She gives me the weather every day. I appreciate that. And she's very accurate. She's, but just this morning, I used the wake-up word, which is her name, and I said, Alexa. And instead of saying good morning to me, she said, I was just thinking about you. Even Alexa did this. Even Alexa. I said, Alexa, do not do that. I'm doing a show about this. Don't do that. Don't say that. You're better than that. You're Alexa. Did anybody name their child Alexa and then this happened? Oh my God. That would be, you would have to change your child's name. And if it's a girl, it's even worse. What if you named your daughter Alexa? It's a beautiful name. It's a wonderful name. But now it's bastardized. You can't call her. You can't say her name. Alexa, dinner's ready. I'm sorry. I don't understand that. God. Alexa, could you let the dog inside? I'm sorry, I don't know what a dog is, and I don't have one. Alexa, shut up. No, not you, honey. I'm talking to the speaker thing. No, not you, not you. Alexa, what's the weather today? I don't know, Mommy. I don't know what the weather is. Oh, no, I'm not. No, Alexa, no, not you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the machine. The machine. See, Siri, with the Apple people, with the apple picking, Siri wasn't so bad because no one names their kids Siri, at least not in this country. But Alexa? No, that was not a good idea. No. Sorry, does not work out. I was recently shopping at one of those outdoor malls. You know, there's the Rentham Mall where you have to be outside before you get into the store. There's that place. Look at this. Look at my hand. Oh, my God. It's like a pendulum. Wow. It's like telling time, isn't it? Wow, look at that. See, this is fascinating. This is all I should do for half an hour. At least my hand's steady. I have good motion. Look at that motion. Nice. Anyway, so they have one in Dedham, Legacy Place. I like that one. But there are stores, and you have to walk outside. There's no inside mall. And this is very, very funny. And I tell you, you'll see it's very, very funny. It was a rainy day. It was going to start raining, and it did. And it started raining. And I witnessed dozens of people running for cover as if they were under attack by some type of foreign entity. I yelled out. I felt like yelling out, "Hey, it's just rain. What the hell's wrong with you people?" But they were running for cover. Like, whoa, it's starting to rain. Quick, run! What do you do? Do you ever take a shower? Do you take a shower in your bathroom? When you turn the shower on, do you go, "Oh, no, it's coming down on my head. Quick, run!" No. And you may say, "Ron, well, in a shower, I'm not getting my clothes wet." Oh, your clothes are getting wet. Well, then they're ruined, right? They'll never dry. Why, the rain has ruined your entire outfit. It's only water. Run! It's rain! Oh my God, we're going to melt! It's rain. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You look so silly. You look so silly. Some people think if they run, then the rain won't hit them as much, like they can run between the drops. I don't think this is a feasible thing. Because we love showers. We love to take showers, don't we? Yeah, we do. We do. It serves many purposes. It cleans us, and we love to be clean because when you have a hard day, you take a shower, and you're rinsing all your problems away down the drain. You can see them going down the drain. See my hands making a drain motion. Or you draw a bath on a piece of paper to lay it out so you know what you're going to do. And then you get in the bathtub after you've drawn it, and you light some candles, because no one can get in the bathtub without candles being lit. Even if you're alone, it's still a romantic time. Maybe we'll throw some bubbles in there. What the hell? And we're going to just soak in the tub after a long day. You look forward to that. Isn't it funny? All day at work, you're looking for, when I get home, I'm gonna soak in that tub, and I'm going to have some soft music and candles and maybe a little glass of wine. Oh, I cannot wait to get home. Then what happens? You get home. You don't do that. It just totally slips your mind. Oh, I was going to take a bath. Oh, no, I forgot to take it. I had so much to do when I got home. I forgot to take a bath. But we love showers. Wouldn't it be great if showers physically could actually clear your mind? I mean, literally, okay, I'm going to show this is shower head, the head of the shower. Head of the shower is here. And now I'm getting all wet. And look, all my worries are dripping down my face. All my worries are dripping down my face. Wouldn't that be wonderful? What a wonderful, wonderful thing. What a wonderful world it would be. Louis Armstrong. Yeah. It's just funny to me to watch people in the rain, how they get so freaked out. It's like this has never happened before. Oh my God, I don't know how to deal with this. I can't believe that there's water coming out of the sky. How is this possible? You know what bothers me when it rains is I have my passwords and stuff stored in a cloud. Is that the cloud that's raining? Oh my God, my passwords are like raining out of the cloud. They're all over the ground now. No, don't step on my password. I don't know what it looks like, but oh my God, that's the cloud that I put that's the secure cloud that I put my information in. That's the last time I'm going to store anything in the cloud because I don't know which one it is. It could be that one. There aren't a lot here. I don't think it works like that, but what the hell? It's the thought that counts, right? Yeah. I went to New York last week. I did not do a show last week because it wasn't here. I went to New York. What I did was I drove from the fourth worst traffic city in the country, Boston, and I drove to the worst traffic city in the country, New York City, Manhattan. So that was great. I missed number 2 and 3, 2 being Los Angeles and 3 being Chicago. That's the big 4 of unbelievably horrible traffic. Boston used to be actually worse, but I don't think it got better. I think that other places got even worse than that. I think I read somewhere, and don't quote me because you don't want to do that ever. I think I read somewhere where the head of transportation for the city of Boston actually refuses to take transportation into the city of Boston. They'd rather drive in, and they do. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I heard. And if everybody else is going to repeat false information that they can't verify, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? What, am I not supposed to do that? I don't know if it's true, but it's the thought that counts. So I went to New York City. And I will tell you, if you're going to stay in Manhattan or do something in Manhattan, you need a lot of money. And I don't understand how people live in Manhattan. I saw a lot of people walking out of their brownstones and their apartment buildings, and I don't understand how they could possibly afford to do. What kind of job? How many people in New York City have jobs that they can afford to actually live there? It's unbelievable. The prices of these little like 1-bedroom apartments over $1 million. How do you afford that? What kind of job do you have? And I see people walking the streets of New York City, and they live there. They're walking their dogs, so I know they live there. But they look normal. How where are you getting your money from? How is this possible? How can you afford to live there? I don't see any supermarkets. I don't see any Amazon whatsoever. What kind of place you living in? But man, New York City, there is nothing like it on the planet. There is nothing like it. There just isn't. It just is amazing. It's beautiful and horrible at the same time. And I love it. I grew up in that area, spent a lot of my life there. Went to school there, first jobs were there, the whole bit. I love that city. That's where I was. Now on the way down, because I'm over 50 years old, I had to pee. But I needed gas anyway. And that's another problem that I have over 50 years old is gas, but that's a whole other thing. So I stop at this, they have these big things, big rest stops where they have big bathrooms, and they have a McDonald's, and what else did they have? Subway, and not the train, the sandwiches, and a few other things, like a food court. But I go into the men's room, and I'll try to make this short. I went into the men's room, and I saw something that I don't think I had ever seen. Ladies, this will be an education to you, because you won't know what I'm talking about, because you don't go into the men's room. I don't think you ever have, and if you did, it was by mistake, and you got out of there really quickly, really quickly. So I go to the men's room, and there's all the urinals lined up against the wall. There's about 10, 15 of them. And in most men's rooms, I am telling you ladies, and I'm telling you men, they do have partitions usually, but the partitions don't go all the way up. They go up to maybe your torso, just as you're seeing here on me. They don't go up any higher. So you don't look at any, you can't, when you're urinating, you can't, at a urinal, you can't look to the left or to the right. You look straight forward. That's the law. You can't do it any other way. That is the 11th commandment. I think they'll take probably the 9th commandment out. Thou shalt not covet their neighbor, because nobody knows what that means. And put thou shalt not stare at the person at the next urinal, because you can't do that. You don't want to, and you can't, and you shouldn't. So you become very, very close friends with the flush valve in front of you and that little piece of bathroom tile that you stare at. And you try to imagine yourself at a waterfall, relaxing, because otherwise, with anybody else in the room, no one's going to be peeing. It's just, you can't. You have to relax. You can't do it. It just doesn't, But here was the wonderful thing about this, and I haven't seen this before. The partitions between the urinals were really high, so you could look left and look right, and you can't see anything but a panel. It was wonderful. And I felt the freedom. Kudos to that rest stop. And by the way, why do they call them restrooms? It's the last place you could ever rest. It's a bathroom. It's a public bathroom. It's not a public restroom. Nobody's resting. I didn't see anybody sitting in a corner going, whew. This is relaxing. I'm glad I can rest a little bit here, and in this tiled room, I can lean up against the wall and rest. You don't rest in a bathroom. What are you calling it a restroom for? I've got a lot of stuff to say about bathrooms. I really do. Because in your home, your bathroom is your sanctuary. Because once you're in that bathroom, you got everything you need. Everything you need to do your thing. And that door gets closed. And the unwritten rule is if the door's closed in the bathroom, you do not go in. And some people actually will lock that door to make sure that happens. But when you're in that bathroom, that's your restroom. That's a restroom. Public restroom? No. Oxymoron. No such thing. You're a moron. You're an oxymoron is what you are if you think that those things are restrooms. Nobody's resting. Nobody's resting in those things. They wouldn't dare rest in there. Can you go in there and get my husband? He's been in there for half an hour. I think he's resting. I think he took the sign literally. No, nobody does that. You don't know my husband. Telling you, man. Telling you. Yep. There are two places in our house that we consider to be our do not disturb areas of peace and solitude. The shower and the bathroom itself. Then there's one more, which has nothing to do with this, and that is the cabin in your car. They call it a cabin. It's when you're in your car, the windows are rolled up, you got the heat on or the air conditioning, but no outside noise. In the more expensive cars, it's like being in a coffin. But it is time to yourself. And you can get from one place to the other, but in quiet, just peace. No radio. I don't want nothing. I don't want another person in the car with me talking my ear off, saying I was just thinking about you. Nothing like that. Just you and solitude. Think about it. I don't know why you would, but think about it. All right, this experiment of you not seeing my head is over. Go back to your normal lives. Have yourself a wonderful day. Till next time, I wish you peace.